following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
To the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Yo! This is not the Adventures of Pipeman. And this is not on W4CY Radio at W4CY.com. And it is not 1 p.m. Eastern Time either. So I'm just twitching out because I wanted to be on Twitch. So I was twitching to be on Twitch. And I have my Men in Black partner in crime over here, Studio Nut.
Hello, hello.
Uh-oh. Alexa was just talking to me. Let's see what Alexa has to say. Alexa, notification.
One new notification from Amazon Shopping. Personal care products has arrived.
Nice.
Sounds like your makeup just arrived.
It's actually my my dry wet trimmer, so you can trim
down under
for wherever you want. It's got a bunch of attachments. It could be your nose, it could be your nose, your ear, your beard down there.
Well, you wouldn't want to use the same machine for all of them, would you?
Well, yeah, they're different attachments.
Yeah, but if you shave down there, I wouldn't shave trim my nose hairs with the same machine that I use for down there. You know what I mean?
Well, you just got to clean it thoroughly after every use. Okay?
No. There's no cleaning in the world that's going to make you feel comfortable with
it's
that.
It's just like alcohol. You just put alcohol on it. I mean, so what? The same. So what? You're using the same thing to shave your butthole as your lip. I mean, that's just like the human centipede. That's all. That's preparation for the human centipede.
Yeah, but that one was like your lips, someone else's butthole. That was a human centipede, right?
Well, yeah, basically, yeah. Or your butthole was to somebody else's lips, or both. There's a variety of choices in the human centipede, especially once you get up to like 17 of them. Yeah, can you imagine 17 human beings walking around surgically attached, mouth to butthole? That's the human centipede. And if you haven't seen that movie, we're not just making this shit up, man. This is a real movie. And I want to know why they allow people to make movies like that or Saw or any of those movies, because all it does is give people ideas.
Yep.
Like, I'm doing so much research right now. There's so many different ways that you can do things and learn from what works and what doesn't work.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, look at the show Dexter.
Yeah, exactly. See? Like, there's a code. As long as you know what? What about a vigilante? I mean, Dexter's kind of a vigilante.
Who's vigilante?
You don't know what a vigilante is? Have you been hanging out with Rebel too much in Louisiana?
Is she like a virgin or something?
She's dead.
Are you saying vigilante or Vigil Annie?
No, vigilante, because she's dead, and she teaches people like, who was it that did it? Was it Bundy? She teaches serial killers, like the ones that, practice necrophilia. Okay. She
So
teaches them
she's a
how to.
demon.
She's not a demon. She's just dead.
Then how does she teach people how to?
She gets inside his head.
Sounds like a demon to me.
Well, is it a demon or is it just the voices in your head? Like Son of Sam. Were the dogs demons? Well, it did turn out to be a satanic cult, so I guess so.
I mean, I feel like that's a perfect excuse. You blame it on something that no one can control.
Do you know that I grew up with all of the most famous serial killers of all time, pretty much? Okay, so I remember.
You guys went to school together, or
something like that. I just remember being a kid and always seeing news about Son of Sam. And I always saw news about Ted Bundy and the Night Stalker and the Happy Face Killer and Charles Manson and the Zodiac Killer. Can't believe I'm forgetting that one with, the show on the station that we're not even on right now. But we're not even on that station. Well, we are on that station if we decide to replay things or something like that.
right?
You know what? This might actually turn out to be a really good show to broadcast, to be honest. Not for Motivational Monday, though, which was my initial intention. But this is definitely maybe this is a relationship show. Let's call it a relationship show. Okay? The relationships of not stereo, I'm thinking in radio. It's serial killers. But are there stereo killers? What if there was, okay, I have a trivia question for you.
Go for it.
The term serial killer, where did that start?
That's a good question.
Don't Google it. Don't be Googling it. I see you go over to the keyboard. Don't be Googling it.
Because before, there was no such thing as serial killers.
No.
People would get away with a lot of things. So this must be something recent, right?
Yes.
Within the past 50 years?
Yes. It was Ted Bundy.
Really?
He's the reason there's a term serial killer.
Huh. I did not know that.
And he was, you got to think, he was kind of cool, though, because, first of all, everybody loved him. While he was in prison for murdering, brutally murdering and raping all these women and the necrophilia, he was getting hundreds of love letters from women on the outside. How do guys have a chance when, how many women I know that would actually write somebody in prison and be in love with somebody in prison?
Oh, same. I know people who literally started their relationship with someone who was already in prison before they met them.
Right. It happens all the time. It's oh my God. Women love Charles Manson. Look at all these people. I mean, I think that's what happens is future serial killers, they look at these people as role models. I mean,
yeah.
Look at Ted Bundy too. He was pretty slick. He was his own lawyer. He was going to law school. He had all these things, and then he escaped twice. Not just once, but twice. He even was so dedicated that the second time that he escaped, he stopped eating so that he could lose enough weight to get through this little hole to get out. Oh my God. I was wondering, I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this. Okay, right now as I'm talking to you, this is why I love wearing the shades, because you think I'm looking at the camera, and right now I'm looking out at the ocean, because today is kind of a rougher day than usual. I'm like, I wonder if today's a good day to go out, in the water. And I'm not seeing great surf, but now I'm looking out And there's 2 surfers out there right now. They weren't there before. So that's given me hope that today might be the day. We shall see. Okay, let's see. We'll do a play-by-play. Like we're broadcasting live here from Singer Island, where we are catching the duo surf tournament. It's a duo surf tournament because there's only 2 contestants. They're out there in the water. There's no lifeguard. The seas are kind of rough today, but the waves are not really forming. See if you can figure that out. Okay, so they're just sitting on their board waiting and waiting and waiting. And they might be waiting for hours. So I'm going to see how long they wait to decide whether. And it does look like they're wearing wetsuits. So that's also a deterrent to me. I hate wearing wetsuits. I absolutely hate it. Okay, who's calling? Okay, let's take a call. We have a caller from the audience. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hi, good morning. This is Joe calling for the Police Officers Support Association PAC.
Oh, that's great.
So the reason for the call is that the 527 organization, which backs the rights of our law enforcement officers, has started its fund drive and is reaching out to everyone in the area. The goal of the drive is to support legislators that will work to keep our communities safe and promote assistance to families of officers killed or injured in the line of duty. So, sir, when you receive your receipt and return envelope, can the organization count on your small one-time support? So can they count on your support?
No, not at all.
Defund the police.
How much you give, okay? The organization really needs your support.
Hey,
They count on your
defund the
support.
police.
Booster just $50
I
or
actually
$35.
need their support, to be honest. So how much are you donating to my cause? I have a GoFundMe. Go to my GoFundMe. You could donate.
Oh, you should have said, I believe we should defund the police, not fund them.
Oh, that would have been good too, but I didn't want to get into real trouble.
That is a scammer if I have ever heard one.
Now, here's the thing that's funny is I was so thinking about it, but I didn't want to take any chances of getting paid a visit. But oh wait, he's about to catch a wave. Wait, he's paddling, and no, it passes him by. Okay, and so yeah, I was gonna say I will only donate if the fallen officers are due to chasing serial killers. But I thought that might be a bit much.
Well,
so
that wouldn't be a police officer, would it? I think that would be FBI territory, wouldn't it?
I just wanted to let them know that
that's actually
that I
good
only
question.
support the the aerial illers.
Because I think I think FBI gets involved if it's like if it goes across multiple states.
That's only if it's a female serial killer. Did you know that?
Well, yeah, they have to inspect her body, but
yes, exactly. I wish Rebel were here right now. She'd still be trying to figure that one out.
Oh, for sure.
But we didn't want to bother her right now. I could have. Okay, so they're out there. They're out there waiting for waves, waiting for waves, waiting for waves. And it would be a lot of work to go out there to not catch waves, because basically I would have to put on the wetsuit, that's work in itself. It is and it really sucks when you have to go to the bathroom, because you can't get that wetsuit off fast enough, man. Here's some news. You know what most surfers do?
Adult diapers?
No. They actually just pee in the wetsuit because they're out in the ocean. I don't do that.
I think that why? Doesn't it? Because it's not very breathable.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he caught a wave. Somebody caught a wave. The one guy, he caught a wave. Yeah, and he just finished it because they can't ride too far here because there's rocks. So that's the other part of it. Okay, that he's riding it for what was that? 3 seconds. it's a lot of work to only ride for 3 seconds. I'm here to tell you, because the paddling back out,
Ladies, listen up.
Huh?
Ladies, listen up. It's a lot of work to ride it for 3 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. You're on the ball, man. But wait, is he going to catch one? No, it's going to just crash into him. Okay, so the wetsuit is a real pain in the ass, and then because it's not like just putting on anything, the stuff like glues to your skin basically. So, and that's the way it works. And that, like, you can't get a bigger one that's looser. That kind of defeats the purpose of a wetsuit. Yep. Okay. But I got to tell you, they work really great, because one winter, how I always go someplace different. I think you were around for I can't remember, but I rented a house in North Carolina on the ocean. Were you around during that time?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. So it must have been right before you. So because my kids were up in North Carolina, but I didn't want to be where they were. And so I had this really killer house I rented on the ocean. Like, literally, I'd wake up in the morning, it would be high tide, and the ocean would be under my house. Like, it would literally, I'd watch it come under the deck of my bedroom. Like, I'd literally watch the way it come in. So that was kind of cool. But it was cold as fuck because it was winter. So I have this like heavy duty wetsuit with a hood that I got for specifically being there. Let me tell you something. It was like in the 20s outside, and like the low 20s, and I was in the water and I didn't feel anything. Like I felt great. It's amazing how those things work. Have you ever worn a wetsuit?
No, I have not.
Okay.
So how do they work though? Like, do they just retain heat or?
Well, they block out the water, and and that's why it has to be so tight, because it blocks out the water. But yeah, it just it keeps you insulated. It's like insulation. It's like this foamy stuff. And
now, during the summer times, would it feel like extremely hot in there, or?
In that one, yeah. See, they have different thicknesses. Okay.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So that one I think is like a 5 or 6 mil, which is for when it's super cold in the water. Okay. It depends. You buy I looked up what the temperature was for that water there at that time, and got a wetsuit appropriate for that temperature, because it's basically it's you can look up. They have a chart where it says from this degree to this degree, and not outside, but the actual water temperature. So, and it's different millimeters thickness. So I have one that's probably better for here. Like, I wouldn't wear that one there, but you put the hood on. And then I also have gloves, but I didn't need the gloves. I also have socks, and I have booties. So you definitely use the booties. So between the booty and the wetsuit, and the wetsuit's over the booty, it keeps you, completely dry pretty much. Like, if you look up videos, there's people like up in, near the North Pole that are surfing, and they have icicles coming down their face. That's how cold it is, but they're fine, and it's weird because you would think that your face would get cold, and I didn't experience that. It didn't feel cold to me at all. Oh, here we go. He's got something.
Yeah, we're gonna wait for that to be over, and then we'll put it on. I found I don't know where this is at, but it says it's one of the tallest waves in the world.
Was it recently? Because somebody just surfed one recently.
This may not be the most recent ones.
That's probably Tahiti. There was one in Portugal, I think somebody surfed, that was like 110 feet. You know how brutal that white water is right there? You could easily drown in 2 seconds. That's so powerful. That shit'll slam you right to the ground if you're not careful.
Look at this angle, though. Oh, he did get hit by it.
Yeah.
Wow. And he stayed on.
That's pretty good. He's a badass. It looks like he's wearing gloves. He's geared up.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is supposed to be from the Guinness World Records.
Nice. So, yeah. So then I would have to wax my board, and that's work. And then I have to bring the board down 36 flights of stairs. So that's a little bit of work. And then I'd have to, when I'm done, then I have to clean the board. I have to, bring it back up 36 flights of stairs. I have to get the wetsuit off.
I don't know how well you can see this, but this is a person here that's surfing.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
It says 100-foot wave.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be very careful because falling off at this moment here.
Yeah. You die.
Yeah, it would have like almost 80 feet worth of water falling down.
There's pro surfers. There's pro surfers that have died doing that stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
like
it looks so
pros.
dangerous.
Oh, it's super dangerous. Not many people can survive a wave that big. I mean, listen, I've been in waves that are 2 and 3 feet that have smashed me. So imagine that. So check this out. I was at Pipeline, which is one of the famous places, and they were supposed to have the competition, but they canceled it because they had 35-foot waves that day. It was so brutal, like you could feel the power of it from miles away. It was at 35 feet. Hey, we should
Yeah, imagine that 100-foot wave.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what else should we test before we get off of here? This was just a test of the emergency broadcast system. If you thought this was a real show, it was not. It was a test of the emergency Pipeman system. Help me. What else can we do to cause me to freeze? Let's try to make me freeze now. How has it been the whole show?
Well, it wasn't bad. I mean, I think you only lagged once, audio-wise.
Okay. So is that the best you've seen yet? Ever?
Yeah. I would say that's still the best.
This has been the best ever right now. Wow. I think we have a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. All right, so okay. That was a cool sound. What do you think? Was that a good way to end the show with that sound?
Just that sound and then end the credits.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's do it again. Okay. We're going to end this show. That was not The Adventures of Pipeman, not on W4CY Radio, not W4CY.com.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.